Brilliance Audio presents Choked, Life and Breath in the Age of Air Pollution by Beth Gardiner, performed by Joyce Bean. 1. The Measure of a Lung. Charting Pollution's Power. In a hospital, a bedroom, on a mat laid out on a dirt floor, with a groan and one last push, a child is born. The light, the cold, the noise come as a confusing shock after the warmth of the womb. But one thing is clear and pressing, unfamiliar but primal: a need for air. The fluid that filled the lungs for months has begun to seep away. Now their work must begin. The work of a lifetime, the work of sustaining life. No longer can this child rely on her mother's lungs, her mother's heart, her mother's blood to deliver the oxygen she needs, to whisk away the carbon dioxide that accumulates so quickly. She depends on others in almost every way, but this she must do for herself. Her first try, the first breath, is a gasp, shallow and difficult. But it makes the next one a bit easier, squeezes out a little more of the fluid, inflates the tiny alveoli where oxygen will cross to the bloodstream. Unsteady at first, the new rhythm soon takes hold, the newborn's chest rising and falling, each breath expanding the lungs a little more. Even deeper within the child's body, the rush of oxygen resets the pressure in her blood vessels. That change cascades toward her heart, shifts the balance of its pressure too, soon forces closed a hole that had connected left to right. The old map is redrawn, and the blood follows a new path, as the lungs, until this moment irrelevant, now utterly essential, become a stop on its journey through the body. The breath is getting easier, in and out, again and again, as life in this remarkable new world begins. Across Southern California, in school gyms and libraries and lunchrooms, the children filed in, one by one, to put their lips around a plastic tube and blow with all their might. Thousands of them, year after year, in rich neighborhoods and poor ones, from the breezy towns along the Pacific coast to the hot, smoggy valley locals know as the Inland Empire. Erica Fields was one of them, back in the 1990s, when she was in high school at Long Beach Poly, just outside Los Angeles. Even now, she's the kind of person who raises her hand, who steps forward when volunteers are needed, and she liked being the only one called out of her class, walking down the hall to the quiet room where the breathing machine sat on a desk. She liked, too, the sense of being part of something bigger than herself, something that might really matter in the world. In the empty classroom, the woman from the University of Southern California would hand her a sterile mouthpiece, attached by a tube to the spirometer ready to gauge the power of her lungs. Erica would give it a couple of practice puffs to get comfortable before the one that counted. I remember her saying, "Push, push, push, blow all the air out." And then she would show me on her laptop, and I could see on a graph where I pushed the most, and watch the line edge downward as her breath tailed off. After that, there was a survey to fill out, a couple of pages about her health and her family, about smoking in the home and pets and diet and exercise, and then Erica would walk back down the hall, back to her classmates and the ordinary rhythms of the school day. She didn't know it then, but those brief once-a-year interruptions to her routine helped lay the foundation for insights that would ultimately change scientists' understanding of what air pollution does to the human body. In the vast stacks of accumulating numbers, results from Erica Fields' breath tests and thousands of others, a team of patient researchers would discern the outlines of a threat that had, until then, been hard to see.